Durfee Hilltoppers. We're pleased to welcome you this evening to Durfee High School. Good sportsmanship is one of the primary goals of interscholastic athletic programs. Our student athletes recognize that judgment calls are made in good faith and that they must abide by the decisions of the officials. Spectators can support their interscholastic program by refraining from derogatory remarks or cheers. We hope that you will enjoy the game, that you will support all participants in a positive, sportsmanlike manner. Now it's time to meet tonight's starting lineups. For the Brockton Boxers, freshman number 22, Alexandra Giannaros. Junior number 33, Annalicia Fernandez. Senior number 30, Michaela Robinson. Senior captain number 23, Jelani Jackson. And senior captain number 14, Brianna Santos. The Lady Boxers are coached by head coach April Dingwell, assisted by David Ray and David Lewis. And now for your Durfee Hilltoppers. Sophomore number 11, Anush Kalemian. Junior number 12, Katera James. Junior number 15, Abby Callahan. Junior captain number 35, Shaylin Carrero. And senior captain number 1, Isabel McDonald. The Lady Hilltoppers are coached by head coach Brendan Kelly, assisted by Kevin Bates and Denise Shaparks. Tonight's officials are enrolled in the MIAA. Their experience and integrity qualify them to administer the rules of the game. An attitude of good sportsmanship should be upheld by all spectators, players, and coaches, no matter what their personal feelings or loyalties may be in this contest. At this time, please stand. We ask you to remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see that the dawn's early light, or so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, or so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Over sleigh does that star-spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land and the free, and the home of the
Thanks, Evan. Okay, folks at home, welcome inside the Luke Urban Fieldhouse for a Big 3 basketball. The Lady Boxers visit the Lady Hilltoppers. Evan Massoud, joined today by Xavier Belanger, one of our Fred TV juniors. Welcome to the broadcast table, Xavier.
Thank you for welcoming me. I'm just very excited for this game to start, and I can't wait.
Can't wait here as well. It's been a tough go of it for Durfee, and you know, their record of 4-7. It's been one of the toughest seasons for Coach Kelly since I've been around, and this is my 5th season. In danger of missing the playoffs, in fact. So tonight's game's a big one because
Very
Durfee's 1-1 in the Big 3. Brockton's 2-0 in the Big 3. So if Durfee can take today, it's going to be very big for them in the standings.
Yes, and this game is basically just I'm sorry, but this game is the starting point for the playoffs.
It certainly is. So it would bode well for the Hilltoppers if they can win this one, they'd be definitely helping themselves big time. So you may have heard me do the starting lineups here on the public address system. They threw me into that role again today, so that was a lot of fun. And so now we're into the game. Durfee started turning over the ball, so Brockton will take it here in the offensive, passing down this way to, that's number 14, Brianna Santos, and she gives way underneath. Good pass. That was actually your teammate Gianaros who found Fernandez, and they still keep it. Fresh shot clock, and they'll keep possession here. Gets the shot off. Carrero gets basically the missed shot there. It was tipped, and the Hilltoppers will take it now.
Hilltoppers showed a very strong defense just now.
Katera James trying to start off with a 3, cannot. Going for the rebound was Jelani Jackson. And that's put up no good. Who's there? It's Gianaros. That's Alexandra Gianaros.
And the Lady Boxers will cover the ball.
Gianaros will inbound. They're going to go outside. Oh, she thought about 3. That was Michaela Robinson. She thought about it now. Out to number 14. That would have been for 2, no good. And we'll stay scoreless through the first 60 seconds. There's Isabel McDonald. Almost threw it away there. Getting her hand up was Catherine Callahan. They go to Katera James. James underneath to Carrero. Back out. Bouncer back in the paint, and it's a bad pass.
Lady Boxers showing a very strong defense as well as for the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, stuck the hand out. This is going to be for 3. Got it!
And it's drained.
So Gianaros with the 3 ball, and the Lady Boxers start off on top 3-0. Early goings, of course, here, so. Trying to get free. That was Anusha Lemian. She was able to get the pass back to James. Now Lemian gets it back. That's good. That's going to be for 3, so we're tied. She answers. Just marking off the starters here in the book as well. Forgot to do that before I went and did the PA. This is for 3 now again for the Boxers. That was a Jelani Jackson, but that was a miss. And the Lady Hilltoppers take it back up the court. Catherine Callahan forging ahead, passing to McDonald, getting a finger in there was Gianaro. She slowed it up. This is for 3. That's good from outside. And that was Catherine Callahan sinking a 3. So looking more like a boys' game, no offense to the girls, but starting off with 3 straight shots from outside, not bad.
Both teams being very aggressive as well.
Not afraid to shoot some 3s, my goodness. No. Everybody's taking shots from way out. Our first foul of the night. And it's on the Boxers, so that's their first team foul. And it's the first personal for Fernandez. Katera James to the corner. There's Alemian. Oh, Alemian threw it away. Trying to find Carrero, but Carrero was double teamed, and she couldn't get there. Callahan with the rebound. Oh, that's a travel. She knew it. She took the extra step.
Lady Boxers was right there, too.
And that's what it is. You know, it was kind of a momentary lapse there because the Boxer cut her off, so she kind of halted, but she didn't dribble the ball. So a little mental lapse right there for Callahan, but that's all right. There is Santos. Back to Fernandez, now to the corner, back out to Gianaro. So everybody getting involved here. Isabel McDonald sticking the hand in, strips it to the basket, can't put it up. Katera James there to try to put it back. She'll get her own rebound again, and nobody can get it in. 3 shots for the Hilltoppers. They come up empty. And those fast break layups, the boys were having trouble with that, midway through the season. And that's one right there that McDonald probably should have had.
Yes, indeed. And steals like that is what the Hilltoppers are going to need to basically win this game, because the Lady Boxers are showing a very aggressive defense and offense as well.
Well, I mean, looking at size, too, a lot of times Durfee's a little bit undersized. So, especially in games, against New Bedford and against Brockton, they always tend to be undersized. And it just happens that, actually pretty even here this year, but still not the tallest team, so you can get overpowered very easily. James got it back. James puts it in for 2. She's in the books. And go figure that the 2 big scorers on the team, the other 2 starters, Isabel McDonald and Shaylin Carrero, don't have points to this point. But here we go. McDonald with a chance. Pulls up. Good fake. Loses it. Well, they call a jump ball. Wow.
Jump ball.
That was a quick whistle for a jump ball. I thought McDonald had lost it. Interesting call. Interesting call there. I know that they both had all ball, but McDonald didn't have it in her possession when that whistle was blown, so I kind of was surprised to see the jump ball. Of course, here in high school, the jump ball really is not a tip-off or a jump ball. It's just a change. They just change possession. There's an arrow that goes back and forth. They don't do another face-off. They only do that at start of the first half, start of the second half. McDonald trying to get around. Not going to be denied. Yes, the basket denied her this time. And a foul is called. I think Alemian's going to the line. And indeed here, Brianna Santos picks up her first foul for the Boxers. It's the second team foul, and the Hilltoppers will inbound. There won't be any shots. Callahan outside. McDonald sets. That's for 3. No good. And actually, her foot was on the line, so surprised they put up the 3. That should have been for 2 nonetheless. Didn't go in. Going back the other way. Hey, it's 8-3 Hilltoppers here in this first quarter. We're already halfway through it. 8-minute quarters. We got 3:05 on the clock. Going by fast.
Indeed. Lady Boxers appear to be in a 3-2 zone, by the way, as well.
And Carrero just knocked down Santos and said, "Excuse me, you're in my way." 10-3. And, you know, these are the sorts of things you're saying, the 3-2 zone here. Well, maybe we'll see man-to-man as we go on because the Hilltoppers are, while they have pressure put on them, they're getting shots. First foul for the Hilltoppers tonight. And it's on Shaylin Carrero. So there's going to be 2 shots. And that one will trickle in. That is Jelani Jackson. First trip for either side to the free throw line tonight. Jackson trying to go 2 for 2. And she does. Nice couple shots there. So cuts the lead in half. It's 10-5. And a kickball now. Going to reset the shot clock. Durfee will keep possession here. They'll have to inbound it, though. And James will do the honors. McDonald in motion, trying to get free. They go back to Catherine Callahan. Now Alemian. Carrero trying to get free. Double teamed. Anoush off the fingertips, trying to bank it in, can't. Carrero there for the putback. She's got 4.
Finish. Very strong finish.
She boxed out right there. She got a
Yes.
rebound. Did her job. So she not only got the rebound, she also got the 2 points. James trickles into Callahan's hands. Good deep pass, and it's out of play. Brockton will get it. Brockton making a substitution. Let's see Annalicia Fernandez come back into the game. Brianna Santos out of the game. Jade, I'm sorry. I can't even read my own writing here. Where's your roster?
Here it is.
Wint, okay. Jade Wint, that's what I thought it was, but I couldn't read it, jeez. Foxes get a basket there down the other end. 12-7 in the score now. Carrero with the spin. Travel called. That plant foot must have moved in the spin. Kind of hard not to have it move when you're in the spin, moving to the basket, wouldn't you say?
Very indeed.
Nine seconds left in the first quarter. That's for 2, no good. Carrero gets the rebound. Callahan pulls up for 3. Oh, it's good. Second one from outside for Catherine Callahan. Coach Kelly told me before the game that he said, you know, if we can get Abby, Katera James, and Catherine shooting some shots from outside and being a big factor in the offense, take some of the pressure off Shaylin and Isabel, we'll be in good shape. And look what's going on. Callahan with 6. That's Catherine, of course. Catherine with 6 after that one.
And watching the Lady Hilltoppers warm up, they all were shooting very well, very minimum shots that were missed, showing from both teams as well. So
now you were telling me before the game when we were chatting that you played boys basketball the last 2
Yes.
years. You're a junior this year. So how important is it in warm-ups to be hitting those shots? I mean, obviously you're not getting pressure from a defense, but does it make you feel a little more comfortable, a little more confident?
Yes, it's all mental as well. If you're missing shots, you're going to think you're going to be missing them in the game. So you want to get your mindset where it needs to be before the game starts.
So you're hitting some threes, you say, oh, I'm feeling good tonight,
Yes.
right? Okay, I got you. So it's kind of like you're pepping yourself up, basically. Gotcha. Well, 15-7. We got 1 minute and 9 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. The Hilltoppers looking pretty good early on. Actually, not going to lie, I'm a little bit surprised. Brockton always comes in, hot and heavy, ready to go. Coach Dingwell does such a great job with the Boxers. And, very rarely do you see them come in trailing like this, early in the first quarter. 15 points for the Hilltoppers in the first. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit surprised.
Especially with a big lead as well.
Exactly. That's a good putback, though. They found Fernandez down below. But, yeah, 15-7, now 15-9. That's a pretty substantial early lead. Carrero puts it up, puts it in. She's got 6, tied with Callahan. And it's an 8-point game again. Almost lost it there. That's for 3. No good off the rim. A little wide to the right. And Katie Bonalovitz just into the game. She got the rebound there. 5 seconds on the game clock. Hilltoppers will try to get some points. Got to hurry. James with the last second. Oh, baby! Talk about a buzzer beater. Where did that come from? That was NBA range, baby. Oh, man.
That was something else. The Hilltoppers are fired up as well. Just what we need.
20-9, thanks to the deep 3-ball from Katera James. Very impressive first quarter for the Hilltoppers, and that was basically the thumbprint on a very successful one.
First half. First half was definitely mind-blowing. That shot was as well.
So 20-9 again is the score, but that is a big confidence booster if you're shooting, right? That's how many threes now? That was 4 threes in the first quarter for the Hilltoppers. Shooting better than the boys. Shooting better than the boys from outside. Boys are on the road, of course, tonight, so they're out in Brockton. But that's as good a first quarter as I've seen from the Lady Hilltoppers this season, and that's got to feel good. And that makes me wonder now, will the Boxers make any drastic changes here? Are they going to try to play through this first half, get it a little closer? It's an 11-point lead. Maybe make adjustments at halftime. I don't know. You've been part of the games before. What does a coach usually do? You find yourself down like that. Do you usually make some major changes on the fly, or do you kind of wait till halftime?
Yes, definitely some major changes on the fly, especially for a person like Shaylin. That's just going to keep backing up and scoring those points in as well. Because Shaylin is basically, from what it seems to be, unstoppable in the paint.
James wants another. James! That was just for 2, just on the line. She's got 7. It's like the Hilltoppers are doing a little bit of zone D tonight, too. That's for 3. That's a big one there for the Boxers. They needed those back. Giannaros.
Right at the top of the key.
Yep, Giannaros right at the top makes it a 10-point game. That's her second from downtown. And that's a block. Bonalovitz should be going to the line. I believe they said 33. No shots, by the way. That was no shot, so just third foul. And it's on number 30. So that was Robinson getting tagged with her first. James, they find her. They're going to go outside the arc to, that was Carrero, then to Isabel McDonald, back to James, now back to Carrero. There was some contact there, but no call on the defense. Nice pass in the paint. Trying to flip it up was Fernandez. No good.
Gets her own rebound and gets the foul.
Just as good as the basket, so now she'll have the pressure at going to the line, but she could make it a three-point play here. Second team foul for the Hilltoppers, and it's the second foul for Shaylin Carrero. First time at the line for Fernandez. Shooting one. Little floater, nice free throw right there. Oh, they said 2 shots. Did the basket not go in?
No, it didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought it went in. I saw the net move. Must have rolled off the side, and like an illusion. Okay. People at home must be wondering, what the heck is Evan talking about?
I was confused as well, I'm not going to lie.
Well, you can call me out. You can say, hey, that didn't go in. That's okay. Don't be afraid. So 2 shots still made. I could have sworn that went in. James for 2, and James has 9 points. No, you know how it is when it rolls, you know, you get the glass, so you're looking through glass as well. The backboard's clear. And then it rolled off. I could have sworn I saw the net move. My eyes deceived me. That's put up now. Guerrero with the rebound and a foul called on her, well, against her. Subs coming in as the Boxers pick up that 4th foul there in the transition. 2nd foul for Fernandez. 10-point game, 24-14. You know, the Hilltoppers, we mentioned in the open, right, that they're at 4-7, but 1-1 in the league. They lost to Brockton already. Look at Carrero, and 1 for the foul. That one went in. That one most certainly went in. 5th foul for Brockton. First foul for Jade Wint. And Carrero will try to give herself 9 points and a 13-point Hilltopper lead. No good, but look at the rebound. Anush Alemian there. Carrero tips it back out to Callahan. They'll keep it going. McDonald sets. That's for 2. She's in the books and on the board.
And this is the game, the type of game the Hilltoppers are going to need to continue to keep playing in order to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, the intensity, I mean, this is great. This is really, and the thing is, Brockton's a good team. You know, take nothing away from New Bedford. You know, they've had some struggles, but Coach Pina over there would tell you the same thing, that they have had struggles and not, you know, quite where they want to be. But for Brockton is, I would like to say, further along than New Bedford. I think it's pretty easy to say that. So to see the Hilltoppers putting up these numbers and having success against Brockton, that's good, because, you know, they call them the big bad boxers. You know, at least that's what I've called them over the years. So kind of coined the term, but coined the phrase, as they say, almost backcourt. 10 on the shot clock. Got to make something happen. Let it float. That was nice, just a little short. Carrero gets the rebound. I mean, the Whalers have struggled. They have really struggled, you know, and they're such a young team. That's part of it, and they're a small team. Only one really tall player on the team, and that's it. So they're a work in progress. They'll get there. Brockton, Durfee, definitely, I'd say, at the top of the big 3 in terms of girls hoops. And right now, liking what I'm seeing. Toppers will inbound. Into the game is Samantha Soares. That was her right there, number 10. Carrero was in a lot of traffic.
It seemed there was contact as well.
Yeah, there certainly was. In fact, I saw an arm go around her neck almost, and I think the officials might have missed that one. She was not screening. You know, they were coming from behind her, trying to reach for the ball, and I think they got more neck than the ball. There is Catherine Callahan trying to forge ahead a bit here. Slows up, trying to get it to Carrero. While Carrero was able to get it. McDonald to Soares, now to Alemian, back across. Tipped away and stolen by Giannaros. Errant pass to Jackson. She had to slow down. She had an open lane. She'll spin and put it up. Can't get it to fall. Look who's there for the rebound. Wint is there, and they get it back and reset. She goes for 3. That's off the front of the rim. Alemian let it go, and a foul is drawn. Pretty wild sequence right there. Durfee's third foul.
Definitely an intense dogfight as well right there. Showing both teams being aggressive.
Oh, neither team afraid to go for the ball, that's for sure. To the corner, quick release three. That's no good off the back of the rim, and the Boxers get it back again. Really boxing out well since this second quarter has started. They're getting in there, and particularly over the last couple minutes. They've really done a nice job at getting these rebounds. McDonald to the basket, doesn't go in. She goes sliding down the backcourt, the baseline, if you will. Put up, good for two, and tumbling down the other side. That was a Giannaros for two. Come back this way, McDonald to Anush Alemian. Bouncer to Carrero. Triple coverage, gets it off. The rebound to Giannaros, and she'll come away with it. Still a 10-point game, though, 28-18. You see at the bottom of your screen there, keeping the score for you at home. Topper's kind of playing a zone defense tonight, too. Not really man-to-man. Kind of floating around where the ball's going, you know. Williams for two. She's in the books now, just into the game. Hasn't played too much tonight. Was not one of our starters. And there's the freshman. That is Shaylin Cruz. And let me tell you, she's got a future here with the Lady Hilltoppers because she's definitely a spark. The term I used was she's a scrappy player.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Not afraid to go at it, get the ball, give up the body. You know, you have one purpose. Go get the ball and try to get some points. And I'm very impressed with what I've seen from the freshman this year. And there she is. She will inbound it. James gets it. Quick release. That's for two. That's good. 30 points for the Hilltoppers. They've put up 10 in the second quarter. And into double digits is Katera James. She has 11 points. So 33% of the points tonight going to her. That's tipped away. Another bad pass by the Hilltoppers. Maybe that's one of the few things you can look at in this first half, Xavier, is that they have thrown some bad passes that have resulted in turnovers. Think about it. If you limited those passes, this could easily be even a 15-point game. It could be even more in Durfee's favor. So I would think that's something that they got to work on a little bit. Possession of the ball is everything, right?
Yes, indeed.
Just like in football, it's the same thing here. Every possession, got to make it count. Otherwise, you're just giving the other team chances at points. 2 shots were good for Giannaros. Her first trip at the line. Boxers are perfect at the line, a 6-for-6 showing so far. Small sample size, but good to see they're making the free throws. That's important, just as important as hitting the 3 balls. Cruz to Callahan. Callahan to James. Quickly met by the defender. She goes around him, banks it in off the glass. Timeout called. 8 points this quarter for James.
She's showing to be unstoppable. She's fearless right now, and she just looks like this is her game from what it seems to be.
Everything going in her favor right now. 13 points for her. She's got the game high. On the other side, Giannaros has had a nice second quarter. She's got 7 points this quarter, 10 for the game. So she's in double digits for the Lady Boxers. But really impressed. I mean, especially you always look for somebody to step up. And tonight it's Katera James doing so. And maybe an unlikely sauce. You never know. But she's been really – you always look to McDonald, the captains, McDonald and Carrero to have big games. And Carrero usually has a big game. She's already got 8. But James really stepping up big.
Very.
Looking back, the last game we did with the ladies here. Here we go. James in the New Bedford game had 8. She did not play the fourth quarter. That was a 58 to 30 final. I mean, it was a big win for Durfee. Again, New Bedford struggled in that game. But McDonald had 10 and Carrero had 21 in that game. Right now, Katera James is on pace to hit the 20s if she keeps this up.
Durfee seems to appear in a 1-3-1.
Yeah, a little different look here.
And the Boxers seem to be getting caught up in it.
Well, you know, they call timeout. Why not change it up a little bit if you're Durfee? Things are working for you. That does fall. Wint with her second basket tonight. 60 seconds left in what has been a very good first half for the Lady Hilltoppers. Another bad pass, but it was out off of Brockton, so the Hilltoppers will keep it. Jamila Foster coming in. She's taking over for Carrero for this final minute of play. Watch out for McDonald. She's down in the corner, far left corner. Get it to Alemian for three. That's off the mark. Long. McDonald keeps it in. James is there, and then she lost it. Did everything that they could to keep that possession, but goes the other way. Giannaros inbounds it. 35 seconds in this first half, 25 on the shot clock, so there's about a 7-second differential there, 6-second differential. Three, this would be a long one, that's a big one. Jelani Jackson with a three. It's only a 5-point game now. That's a big three at the end of this first half. See if the Hilltoppers can get some points to end it. 10 seconds to play. Out to James. James is going to take the three. James, it's off the rim. McDonald gets it, puts it up, can't get it. James, no foul, no points. Good, strong finish. That was a big three, just like the Hilltoppers ended the first quarter. The Lady Boxers end the second quarter with a three, and it's only a 5-point game. It's going to go either way.
That half shows the Boxers are trying to get right back into it, no matter how strong the Hilltoppers were in the first half. The second half, it was pretty intense.
So good first quarter for Durfee. Better second quarter for the Boxers. So again, pretty evenly split right now. It's only a 5-point game. Third quarter is coming up next, so stick around. It's going to be a fun one. Okay, second half about to begin here. You heard the whistle, and play will resume. Really a fun first half, Xavier. I mean, the Hilltoppers built a big lead, and Brockton did a nice job keeping it close. You said that the Hilltoppers, you noticed defense, they went to like a 1-3-1. Now it looks like they're back to maybe a 3-2. No, back to 1-3-1 again, it looks like. You think maybe that helped Brockton a little bit later in that first half?
Yes, definitely, actually, because they're back into it. I mean, they're down by like 5, I believe. When they were down by like 12 in the first half, I believe, around that. But yeah, they're back into it, and they're showing strong abilities right now.
Well, this Carrero, and that was a last-second effort there. The shot clock was expiring, and she was able to get it in for Durfee on the bouncer. She had 8 first-half points. Really the big story, Katera James with a fantastic first half. 13 points for her, for the Hilltoppers, leading the way. And again, on the other side, 10 points for Giannaros. And actually, that was Jackson who put up the three, no good. Back to a 7-point lead. What I liked with Durfee is that they're really spreading it around 5 different players with points. That's important. You can't just rely on one player. That's a jump ball. So, you know, having been in the locker room before, talk to me about, you know, what do the coaches talk about at halftime? You know, is it just business as usual? Like, do they, you know, say stick to the game plan? They say, oh no, we got to make some changes. What is usually discussed? You know, if you, let's say they're on the winning side, what would you say is typically being discussed at halftime?
Being on the winning side, the coaches would basically say to keep it up, what we're doing, keep going with the game plan. We have to keep blocking their shots and grabbing rebounds no matter what. And on the losing side, the coaches would either switch up the play or tell them that it's time to wake up, like it's go time.
Now, in an instance where Brockton, you know, scored some points late, even though Durfee was still leading, the Boxers were able to kind of cut that lead. Would you still, being on the winning side, say keep doing what you're doing, or would a coach say, hey, you know, they got back on us late in the game, let's make some changes here, here, and here?
Yes, the coaches would definitely start to make changes, start switching it up, saying be more aggressive. Basically, working on the things that we aren't doing that the Lady Boxers would be doing to come back.
Well, Brianna Santos gets her first points of the night. She was one of our starters, and it's taken her this till the third quarter just to get in the book. So that little floater there was good for 2. No, that's good, though. I mean, an important insight. For me, I actually never played any sports. So, I was never in one of those situations like you're talking about, where we're seeing in the locker room, stuff like that. So, it's good insight for those who, who have never played any sports, who are maybe watching at home.
The intensity is definitely a lot. Not a lot. It's intense. Intense, no matter what, winning or losing. Because you're losing, you want to try to get back into being in that winning favor.
And, of course, if you're winning, you just want to keep it up.
Yeah.
Another miss there, so keep it at 5. The Hilltoppers came back, made it a 9-point game, and now the Boxers answered again. So back to a 5-point game, 4 points for each side so far in this third quarter. Carrero with 2 more, and she's got 12 points, actually, so climbing up the statistical ladder. Having another solid night. Typical Shaylin night, as you would say.
As always.
Giannaros put up the 3 ball. It was a miss, and now a foul on number 33. Actually, that was an offensive foul. First foul for the Lady Boxers in the third quarter here. The first half, rather. There we go. Spit it out, Evan. Third personal foul. You know why I'm saying third personal foul for number 33, and it's the third quarter, and I'm getting tongue twisted here. Isabel McDonald doing everything she can.
Very
she
aggressive.
Forced the steal. Carrero came from behind. Now the foul. Carrero goes down, and Carrero should be taking 2 shots. That was great defense from McDonald.
And Shaylin's not afraid to go up with the ball, no matter if there's 1 person behind her, no one, or 3 people. She's going to go up no matter what.
Second foul for Santos. Second team foul of the third quarter, or of the second half, rather. And Carrero will shoot 2. First one's good. This is her second trip. She had an and 1 in the second quarter that she missed. Here she sinks the first. And that'll roll in as well. Favorable roll. 40 points for the Hilltoppers. It's a 9-point game again. It's kind of like seeing waves of momentum here in this game. One side versus the other. And now Durfee with more momentum. McDonald with the 2 points there. It's an 11-point game. So 6-0 run now for the Hilltoppers after the Boxers went on a 4-0 run. So it's kind of back and forth here. McDonald picks up foul number 1, personally and team-wise. So 1 foul for the Hilltoppers in this half. James trying to box out, couldn't get it back. Really good second effort there by Jade Wint for the Boxers. Able to fight for it and keep it. Block called on the Boxers, their 3rd team foul. And it's the 3rd foul of the night for Michaela Robinson. So 2 players on the Boxers team, both starters with 3 fouls. Gonna keep an eye on that. Don't want to lose them too soon. James put up the 3, no good. Boxers come away with it. Loose ball picked up. Nice, wide open break for Giannaros, and she's there for the bouncer. Bounce it in off the glass. Out to James. James with the fake. Moving to the hoop. She's fouled. And second foul for Wint. 4th foul for the Box. They're really piling them up right now.
Especially for the third quarter as well.
Yeah, already the 4. Takes 7 to get into bonus. So already halfway there. James at the line. First one's good. And a timeout called by Coach Dingwell. So the second free throw will have to wait. She wants to make sure she's got the right personnel out there, wants to make sure that the play is in their minds and they're ready to box out in case of a miss on that free throw. So talk to me here, what we're seeing early on in this third quarter. I mean, the Hilltoppers kind of rebuilding that big lead that they had early. What would you say that you're seeing right now in terms of that? They're just getting the open shots. I mean, Brockton's there. It's not like they're, sitting back watching play. They're right there.
They're right in the action, and I would say it's a perfect time for a timeout, especially how the Lady Hilltoppers are feeling the intensity from what it seems to be a lot more than the Lady Boxers. So taking that timeout would mean to talk to their players and hype them up to get on that same intensity as the Lady Hilltoppers as well.
I mean, you never want to press either, right? You don't want to try too hard because then you start making mistakes. And, we have seen a lot of the fouls. Only 2 of the 4 fouls have resulted in free throws. So, that's a plus there as well. Because 2 of them were not in the middle of taking a shot. So we actually haven't seen too many free throws tonight despite the fouls. So. And now James will take shot number 2 here. That one's good as well. Maybe the timeout messes with the shooter's head a little bit too, right?
Yes.
In the middle of 2 free throws, and we're going to call timeout, make you wait. It's kind of like with football, you call timeout before the game-winning field goal attempt.
Right, and you're feeling it, everyone's hyped. And then
exactly. So that was put in by Giannaro. She's got 14 points. Nice night for her over on the Brockton side.
The Lady Boxers appear to be in man as well.
See, they did change it up. Very apparent, but that might draw more fouls as well. And they've already got 4. Here's number 5.
And depending on where the players are and if the ball happens to go into Shaylin's hand, she is willing to go at the hoop no matter what.
And she'll go to the line again. Made the 2 free throws her last time. So she had 8 first half points. She got 6 here in the second half, make it 7. Yeah, the man coverage, I guess, Coach Dingwell saying let's get some tighter coverage and not leave any open shots because that one rolls off. So we'll see if that's going to see how the Hilltoppers make an adjustment. That's a good pickup there. Oh, that's a definite foul. Pretty harsh there. That was actually Reagan McDonald into the game, and she's going to get hit with that foul. She helped up her counterpart, though. Playing nicely here, but 2 shots coming. Giannaros at the line. Hits the first. She's 3 for 3 so far at the line. Got a busy couple weeks coming up here on Fred TV in terms of sports because a lot of senior night games, so got to cover some of those ceremonies as well to honor that was a bad inbound pass too. Got to cover the senior night games and feature the class of 2017 players on the teams. So got a lot of those coming up. They're kind of spread out, which is good. None of the teams really conflict with each other's schedules, which is good because that has happened in the past.
Yes.
And then of course the playoffs, and we're hopeful that we'll see some playoff teams here, but not going to be as many as in the past. That's for sure. The last few years we've seen, between basketball and hockey, we've seen well over 50% of the high school teams make it to the tournament. Not going to be the case this year, unfortunately. The Durfee boys clinging to life. They're 500, so they're around the 500 mark. The Durfee girls here below 500. Again, if they're able to hold on here in the final 10 full minutes of play, 2 minutes plus here in the third, 8 in the fourth quarter, they can hold on. This would be a huge win for them because it would tie them up with Brockton in the Big Three standings, with both teams having to play New Bedford. So you would expect both teams to win, and then they'll tie for the Big Three and actually make it in the playoffs.
Yes.
It's a 5-point game, 4-point game now, and Brockton got it back. And another foul. Fouls on Jamila Foster, her first. So, and of course, getting back, looking at the schedule, I mean, if there's playoff games, on the road or in the city, we're going to be there for those as well. So it's going to be a busy couple weeks. Playoffs are slated to start basically, as soon as we get back from February vacation, from President's Day week there, Monday the 27th is the day we return from the break. Another errant pass. A lot of turnovers for the Hilltoppers these last 2 to 3 minutes of play, and it's only a 2-point game.
And all these errors are starting to add up for the Lady Hilltoppers. The Lady Boxers are making a very well comeback.
Very good comeback so far, that's for sure. This is for the lead. And it goes! And the Hilltoppers once 11-point lead has dissolved.
This is the first time the Lady Boxers have taken the lead the whole game as well.
Really very impressive third quarter for the Lady Boxers. Got a player down. That was Catherine Callahan, quickly getting to her feet. But already 19 points put up by the Lady Boxers. Durfee with just the 13, so they've fallen back since that 20-point first quarter. Timeout. Hilltoppers want a timeout. Not surprised.
And that was Shaylin's actually 4th foul in the third quarter with 1:26 left. There's a whole nother quarter as well. She may foul out before that.
Well, actually, Xavier, she was on the bench. That's actually Jade Wint. There's another 35 on the Boxers side, so that was actually her.
Oh, that's the Boxers.
I think it was. I could be wrong, but I thought she was called on the foul.
Oh yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault.
We'll get confirmation, but I'm pretty sure the foul was on Brockton there. Although I already have 5 for them. Actually, no, you're right. What's Carrero? So I had 4 for the Hilltoppers. I already had the 5 for Brockton because I did that maybe 5 minutes of game time ago. So yes, Carrero picking up number 4. And yes, you don't want to lose her. We still got a whole other quarter to play. I mean, now on the other side, I mentioned Wint. Wint has 3 for Brockton. Annalisa Fernandez has 3. Michaela Robinson has 3. So 3 different players with 3 fouls. You got to keep an eye on that as well. But Carrero getting hit with her 4th. And she's going to sit on the bench. She's going to have to sit out probably at least the rest of the third quarter here, maybe a little more. Topper's got to get some points. That's the bottom line. They're giving the ball up. They're not getting a chance to shoot.
There needs to be less errors and more action.
A lot of bad passes. And, you know, it could be part of the man coverage now that you were mentioning, right? Playing man-to-man coverage, well, you don't have that open space like you do in a zone defense to get some of those passes off. Because someone's right on top of you. Cruz almost tipped it away, out of bounds. They're giving it to Brockton. No, even worse, they're giving a foul. Foul on Cruz. It's her 2nd, Durfee's 6th foul. Already almost putting Brockton into bonus. So the tides have turned. Again, waves of momentum we've seen in this game. It's pretty crazy. That's for 2. In and out. Cruz with the rebound. She's fouled. And it's Santos' 3rd foul now for Brockton. They have 6, so next foul for either side will put the other team into bonus. Cruz to Katera James. James very quiet in this. Oh, it's blocked. Jackson with the block. And Brockton will get the ball. James with just 4 points this quarter, only 1 from the field, 2 from the free throw line. After 13 first half points, she's been held pretty quiet. And with Carrero out of the game right now, Carrero had the other points for the Hilltoppers in this third quarter. Toppers having trouble boxing out, too, on these rebounds. That's for 3. Good from outside. Jackson with the 3 ball. She's got 10 points. It's a 4-point Brockton lead. 5 seconds on the clock. They're not going to get a shot. James, no way. Well short. It was a 5-point lead for the Hilltoppers coming into this third quarter, and they trail now by 4. 49-45. The Boxers put up 22 points in that third quarter. Very impressive.
And the Lady Boxers just seem to be picking up on the Lady Hilltoppers' errors and making their errors, the Lady Boxers, like strong points.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to capitalize on the mistakes of the other team. And one of the biggest things that we're seeing is the Hilltoppers are turning the ball over. They're not getting good looks. I mean, it's totally different. And you credit Brockton because they've made changes coming into this third quarter. As you said, they changed the defensive scheme, and I think that is messing with Durfee. So a 22-point third quarter. They had 18 points in the second quarter, so 40 points in the last 2 quarters combined after the slow start. I mean, that's very overpowering for any team. And again, as you said, right, during free throws, warm-ups rather, you start hitting shots, you're going to feel better. Well, same here. The Boxers weren't hitting shots. Now they're hitting shots. They got the lead back. I mean, they're feeling good. Hilltoppers now have to step up.
And it comes down to that question: will the Hilltoppers keep this intensity and make it come back, turn the corner?
Well, I think the thing is, I think that Durfee needs to change, make some adjustments here as well. And if they're going to continue to have man-to-man coverage against them, then they need to adjust. This is for 3. That's no good off the front of the rim, out of bounds. Should be Hilltoppers' ball.
And that's what the Lady Hilltoppers need to keep doing, getting in the shooters' faces, getting there with their hands up no matter what.
Right now it looks like they're sticking to their man-to-man. Everyone's got a defender. Cruz. She is fouled. 4th foul for Brianna Santos, and she's had a great second half. One would think she might have to come out for a little bit. We shall see. Into bonus go the Hilltoppers. Cruz at the line. She'll shoot 1-1. This one far from over, folks. Evan Massoud and Xavier Belanger with you on Fred TV's Big 3 Hoops. Lady Hilltoppers hosting the Lady Boxers, and had a big lead at one point. Now trailing by 4. James gets the steal back. She's fouled. She's fired up. Going to the line. 8th foul for the Boxers. And James will shoot 1-1. It's the 4th foul for Fernandez. So here's some good news, is you may see, and I'm sorry, this was not a 1-1. This was 2 because she was going to the hoop. Missing the first. She'll get to take the second shot. But now look at, coming out is Fernandez. So the good news here is you have 2 starters that are sitting on the bench right now because they both have 4 fouls. So the Hilltoppers may be able to capitalize a little bit here.
And that was the girl that had Shaylin as well. They both were paired up.
Yeah, so Shaylin's still sitting down on the bench. I would imagine we'll see her, maybe in the next, say, 3 minutes or so. We're only less than a minute in here to this 4th quarter. So I would say maybe around the halfway mark, you probably consider putting Shaylin back in there and hope that she can get you a couple more points underneath before maybe fouling out. McDonald trying to get free. Tipped away. Another bad pass. Very unlike the Hilltoppers. And then unable to box out on the miss there. Travel called. No foul. A travel called on Giannaros.
The travel was way before the foul, I believe, as well.
And that's right. It happens in succession, so a little floating pass. That was dangerous. Let me tell you.
I think the Lady Hilltoppers need to slow it down. They still have around 20 seconds on the shot clock as well.
Yeah, and this man-to-man coverage is certainly messing with them. Jamila Foster with 2. Her first points of the night. Good putback for her, filling in for Shaylin. That's a 1-point game. 49-48. 6.5 to play. Been a great game. Been a really fun game. Coach Kelly said, I want it to be fun. These are the big games, and playing in this building should be fun. McDonald using the speed thanks to the tip. There's the lead, and 1 for the foul.
And this is what the Lady Hilltoppers is what they're going to need. This is what they need, not what they're going to. They have this right now. The intensity is where it's at for both teams as well.
And Coach Kelly's pumped up, too. He just gave the big fist pump in the air. First foul for Jelani Jackson. And it's the 9th team foul for the Lady Boxers. But that was Shaylin Cruz, the spark, the freshman player there, getting her hand in. She's the one who started that whole sequence. Toppers back up by 2.
Both coaches definitely fired up. Lady Hilltoppers are still in the 2-3.
Oh yeah, and you see they're both in the squat, you know, watching closely. Coach Dingwell always gets fired up. I always remember, you know, whenever she'd come here, she shows her emotion too. She's pumped up now too. The basket for the tie by Williams. She gets excited, very into it. She's very intense. That might have been a travel right there. And there's the block. Well, James going to get it back out of bounds. Oh, boy. Not good.
Not good.
No. Not good at all. James, I think, probably felt that she was getting pushed and got pushed into the bleachers. And I think she's done.
I don't know, I was talking about intensity, but I don't think this is the right intensity.
Oh, no.
Definitely not.
Not at all. And you know what? You never see that. I can't. It's been a long time since I've seen any kind of conflict like that. And you saw the coaches were quick to get out there. Brad Buston, our athletic director, wasted no time to defuse the situation, get out there. I mean, this is, you know, what happens when you have 2 teams that are rivals, playing for playoff spots, playing for a league championship. They're tied. I mean, it's an intense game.
And
now,
the Lady
and I'm not
Hilltoppers-
condoning it in any way.
Mhm.
I'm just saying that these things happen sometimes, and I credit the officials and the coaches and the administration for very quickly diffusing the problem. So I would imagine, unfortunately, thanks to a bad decision, you're going to live with it, but a bad decision by James. Instead of keeping the emotions in check, she's out for the night. She's done. And she had a great game, too. It's a shame. She's a big loss. A big game for her. She had, 15, 17, 18 points for her in the game. High scorer for the Hilltoppers and the Tech here. So you get free shots. Heading to the line is Jackson. Jackson's going to hit the first. She hits the second.
There's just so much on the line for both of these teams. They both feel it. I feel it. I'm pretty sure the crowd feels it as well.
Yeah, and you know what? You know, something like that, unfortunately, will probably cost James her next game as well. She probably will have to sit out, and because she'll probably be suspended for a game.
And it's not just her that's affected. It's the whole team as well.
Well, exactly. I mean, you put on a performance like this, 18 points. I mean, without her, this is not a 2-point game right now. No good. Tipped away. McDonald will use the speed again. Oh, man, and taken away, but Anusha Lemian was there to back her up. Jackson stuck her hand out and jarred it loose.
And the Lady Hilltoppers are taking their time. They have the shot clock to their advantage as well right now.
Yeah, and Coach Kelly was directing traffic a bit, too, kind of slowing them down. 7 seconds on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. Foster's going to get it off. She does. No good. Back to Callahan. A fresh shot. And Callahan goes down hard now. Second time she's gone down hard tonight. And here comes Shaylin Carrero. Foster will take a seat. The jump ball was called. Brockton ball, 53-51. And Carrero is in there again. 4 fouls for her. We got to keep an eye. Also, 4 fouls for Santos, who's in there right now. On the other side, that's for the Boxers, rather. So
Shaylin already in there, already made a block.
puts it up. Can't get it to fall. McDonald going after it. Could not get it. And Santos will free things up here. And they get it back to Jackson. Gianaros. That's no good. Cruz gets in there. Can't get it. And Alemian playing, trying to cover Jackson. Jackson's going to back out, kind of reset. That's for 3. That's a foul. 3 shots coming for the Boxers. And Giannaros, who has not missed at the line tonight.
And that's 7 fouls for the Hilltoppers as well.
7 for Durfee, but this is an automatic 3 shots because it was on a 3-ball attempt. That's a bad foul right there. That's a bad foul to commit on a 3-ball. You just can't give 3 free shots. But they will get 3 free shots. The first one does not go. That's only her first miss tonight. Giannaros has really had a good night. She's got 16 points. She's looking to add to it. Unusually quiet Durfee crowd here, which is interesting too. Lady Boxers JV squad making more noise to our right than the rest of the 6th man that's over there.
And Fernandez just went back in, the one that usually pairs up with Shaylin as well.
Yeah, so we'll see who's going to. 1 for 3 on that, so I guess the Hilltoppers got lucky. It's only a 3-point game. Still a 1-possession game with less than 4 minutes to play. Gonna come down to the wire, folks. Want to stick around. Gonna be a good finish. 2 toppers going down. They get back up, down the court. Good passing, but they can't put it up. Who's there to back him up? Santos there to back him up. Can't do anything with it. Still a loose ball. Cruz comes away with it. Still inbounds, and she's free. She'll get it to Callahan. That was wild.
That was a very intense.
Tipped away. Another bad pass for the Hilltoppers. Really been the story this second half. They played fairly clean in the first half, but so many bad passes here in this second half. And you just got to think about how many potential points are thrown away with the loss of possession. And our cameraman Padek tonight, one of our students running the camera, almost got taken out there by the loose ball. He's got to adjust. You know, we apologize. His camera has gone out a couple times tonight. I think we've got a wiring issue here. So if you've seen, a couple times where it's gone black, we apologize. And we'll try to sort that out for our next game. Cruz. That's Regan McDonald now just into the game. Tipped out of bounds.
Lady Hilltoppers seem to be struggling against the Lady Boxers press, their man press.
Oh, yeah, it's totally taking them out of the game. I mean, Durfee's not out of this. They've only put up those 6 points in this fourth quarter.
And they still need 3 points to even tie the game.
They're going to get it to Carrero. Carrero loses it, but Cruz is there. Where did she come from? Timeout, Coach Kelly, with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
And the ball's going to be taken right in the corner as well with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
And it should be 3. They didn't stop it in time. This should be 3 because it said 3 seconds before right when timeout was granted. Should be 3 seconds instead of 2. Going to be a tough play to draw up. .2:23 to play in this game. Durfee had a big lead. They are trailing now by 3. It's 54-51. And this possession here, I mean, again, 2 seconds. Not much you can do in 2 seconds. So they're going to have to draw up something where you get the inbound and then a quick jumper, and that's the end of it. Like, it's got to happen.
It's got to be quick.
Split second. So here we go. McDonald trying to get open. She's got to let it go. And they told Coach Kelly not happy. This should have been an extra second there. There were 3 seconds on that shot clock before timeout was called, and he only got 2. So that was bad for the officials to not even recognize that. They should have picked up on that. That's for 3. No good. And they let Santos get there. Not boxing out well here, and that's for 2. Big 2 points there for Fernandez. 5-point game. That's a long 3, putting up the shot. And again, another rebound that the Toppers can't get. Carrero underneath. And a jump ball called. Carrero goes flying to the ground. Durfee will have it. Man, oh man.
Very intense right now.
Very intense, very physical. I mean, this really has been a wild game. Everything you'd expect from Big 3 basketball, that's for sure.
It's right here. Right
90 seconds. 90 seconds to play in the game. 56-51 Hilltoppers trail. Got to get some points. Poked out of bounds. Durfee will reset with an inbound pass. 17 on the shot clock. And I'm telling you, the man coverage that the Boxers have put on. Wide open 3 for Reagan McDonald. That's good, only for 2. Coach Kelly said 3, but he didn't get the 3. McDonald gets the 2. Still a big 2 points. But Durfee playing against that man-to-man coverage, it's made a difference for the Boxers. McDonald to the hoop. She's fouled, going for 2, and guess what? Santos has fouled out of the game. That's number 5.
This is what the Hilltoppers need.
She's done. She's got 5. 10th foul for the Boxers as well. So it's an automatic 2 shots the rest of the way. 58.9 seconds in the game.
Reagan McDonald's shots definitely bringing the Hilltoppers back into it, bringing the intensity back up as well. Hilltoppers down by 3 points. Let's see if they can do it.
We shall see. These are some big free throws here. This is where you make or break it. McDonald puts the first one in. And now timeout called? No, we just have some subs here. Reagan McDonald after that clutch jumper, getting open in the corner. She'll sit down. They're bringing in Jamila Foster, maybe a little extra height, trying to box out. Isabel McDonald misses the second. It'll remain a 2-point game.
Hilltoppers our right side is wide open for the Lady Boxers.
And the Hilltoppers come away with it. No fouls. Catherine Callahan with the ball. Shaylin Carrero wants to tie it up. She will!
She ties it.
.25 seconds. And now the 6th man finally gets alive for the Hilltoppers. The Lady Boxers are going to try to win it. Timeout called by Coach Dingwell with 18 seconds.
Intensity is crazy right now. From the bench, from both benches, the crowd.
Well, it's like, where's the crowd been all night? Because it's been a great game. They've been sleeping across the way.
Definitely.
Like I said, I mean, the Lady Boxers JV team is just off to our left here on your screen, just off to the left, and they're pounding, stomping, you know. They've been in it the whole game, and I'm not hearing anything from the other side. I'm surprised.
Just gets up at 18 seconds left.
Man. I'll tell you, though, really been a fun game. Really been a fun game tonight. 56 all, 18.9. There are things that, yes, the Hilltoppers could have done better. You look back at it, and particularly all those turnovers, all those bad passes. I just think if maybe 3 or 4 of those weren't thrown away, they could be leading right now because they could have gotten points out of those exchanges, you know. Unfortunately, that's part of the game, and that'll certainly be something to improve upon. But this is going to be big coverage right here. Hopefully the Hilltoppers can keep it alive. The thing is, you know, I'm looking at the fouls, is that Brockton better make sure that they don't do anything silly either, because with 10 fouls, they'll put Durfee at the line.
No matter what.
Exactly. So they got to be careful too. Toppers break the huddle. Again, built a big lead, 20-9. Then it was 32-27 at the end of the half. And then they trailed by 4 to start this quarter. 15 seconds. Again, they're going to look to take the final shot and try to win it at the buzzer. There is Jackson. 6 seconds to play. Outside. 2 seconds. They got to get a shot. Desperation. No good. We're going to overtime. The Hilltoppers defense killed it right there.
The intensity in this gym right now is unbelievable. I feel it from over here. I feel it. It's crazy right now.
Yeah. And you know what? We're only half full right now. This is what I was talking to you before the game. Can you imagine how it's been in the playoffs when you have, the whole gym, everybody's surrounding you? I mean, it's crazy in here. But this is good. This is good intensity right now. That was a huge defensive stop for the Hilltoppers. Huge.
It just looks like both teams are giving it its all because they have so much on the line. Whether it's playoffs or just like so their record will get up, it's just so much on the line.
Well, for the Lady Boxers, they are 6-7, so this would get them at 500 on the season. Now the Hilltoppers haven't played as many games. Durfee's only played. This is only the 12th game. What did Coach Kelly tell me? He told me they got to play, including tonight, 9 games in 19 days. It's a crazy. They really had a crazy schedule this year. It could help them down the stretch. Again, got to win tonight if you want really a hopes for the playoffs. But going down the stretch where you're playing continuously, that's big as well. Hey, we play 4 minutes of OT here, so we'll see if we can decide a winner. Again, we're going to watch the fouls as well. Carrero's out there. She's got 4. Fernandez has 4. They're ready for tip-off here right at the Durfee emblem on the Skip Karam court. Carrero tips it, but it goes to the hands of Isabel Williams, and the Boxers start with possession. Back out to Williams on the other side. Cruz jumping around, trying to block. There's Gianaris. It's a long 3 put up by Jackson again. That's no good. Who wants it? It's going out of bounds. No. Kept in. Nicely done there by Fernandez. Williams will get it. Underneath. That's no good. And a foul, and I think Carrero is going to be done. It is. That's her last foul.
I'm not sure about that call.
No, I'm not sure either. If anything, it looked like, I think Callahan was down there with her. It looked more like Callahan made more contact.
That's a iffy call right there.
That's a big loss for Durfee. Huge loss for Durfee. Now the officials talking it over. At the line will be Fernandez, who was going one-on-one with 2 shots. First one is missed. She was 2 for 2 in a trip in the second quarter here. Missing the first one, but hitting the second. Brockton back in front by 1. Having to come in for Carrero was Anush Alimian. She came into the game. McDonald gets it back. Man-to-man coverage, really tough for the Hilltoppers. Brockton doing such a good job with it. Cruz loses it, out of bounds. And unfortunately, I think that's some inexperience there. The inexperience of Cruz.
And she's only a freshman, too, which is very surprising.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, it's...
But she has the competition to compete at this level, the intensity. She's feisty as well. She's not afraid to dive for that ball.
No, not at all. But unfortunately, maybe not knowing where you're at on the court. I mean, This is a big game, one of the biggest games she's played in yet, so, you know, that happens sometimes.
It's definitely understandable.
This is for 3. No good. Olemian there. Feeding it to McDonald. McDonald. No fouls. Couldn't put it in. Williams going the other way. She does put it in. Three-point game. We're halfway through overtime here. 2:10 on the clock, so just over 2 minutes to play. And the Boxers lead by 3.
It was wide open.
And they threw it away. Another bad pass. I think a foul here too. Cruz called for number 4. 10th Durfee foul, 2 shots for Brockton, and a chance for them to get more points. Williams at the line. First one's good, and it's a 2-possession game. Couple changes. Cruz coming out, and Foster coming out. They have Catherine Callahan back in there, 14. Of course, I've mixed her and Catherine. I mean, Catherine Abbey.
Yeah.
I've mixed them up a couple times tonight. I apologize. I always think one is the other. So it's a 5-point game. Durfee cannot come away with a wasted trip here. They need some points. Good bounce pass to McDonald. McDonald is fouled. She'll head to the line.
This Boxers defense just seems to be cracking down.
Oh, yeah.
Real hard. The Hilltoppers just seem like lost in a sense as well.
The foul was on Giannaros. It's only her first foul. Big free throw there by McDonald. Timeout called. Toppers got some work to do in 1:45, Xavier.
Hilltoppers seems to be, not the Hilltoppers, not bad. The Boxers, rather, seem to be hyped up going to their bench. They have the lead.
Things have certainly gone in their favor in this second half of the game, that's for sure. And, you know, we credit Durfee with really a great comeback in that fourth quarter and a great defensive stop to force overtime. But right now, again, seeing them be a little bit overpowered, and the loss of Carrero, I think, is going to end up hurting them in the end here. But we'll see. 1:45 to play, still a lot of time. A lot can happen in such a short amount of time. It's only a 4-point game.
And they also lost Katera as well. That could be maybe.
That's right, yeah.
So losing 2 very key people, especially in this game, has shown an effect on the Hilltoppers.
Got to credit Durfee in that fourth quarter as well, because they limited Brockton to only 7 points and only 2 from the field. So they really upped their defense as well. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 points for Durfee in the fourth quarter as part of that comeback. So, you know, again, really, they did a great job. McDonald sinks the second, and it is a 1-possession game again. 61-58. Durfee needs a defensive stop. Out of bounds.
And Durfee appears to be in that 1-3-1 defense, which may be what they need.
Yeah, they did well. They did well in that formation, that setup, if you will, against Brockton earlier in the game. And see, it works. Looks like they're back to like a 3-2 a bit here.
Back to 2-3 right
or
now.
2-3 rather.
Yeah.
That's outside. For 3, it's no good, but nobody there to box out. And the putback is good by Fernandez. 5-point game again. Desperation 3, not a good look by Abby Callahan. Pressing a little bit there. And now a foul. Going to play the game of fouls now. McDonald's going to get tagged with her second. And we're going to play the game at the line. 4 for 4 is Jelani Jackson. She'll look to add to her good night at the line. Look at that, nothing but net. That one's good too. And with 60 seconds to play, a 7-point Brockton lead. One would think this one's pretty much over here. Durfee loses possession as well, so. Fernandez gave it to Jackson, and they're trading back and forth. Williams. That will be for 3. It's no good. Tipped out. Durfee ball. So this is a heartbreaker tonight for Durfee, that's for sure, because don't see them coming back with 25 seconds. It's unrealistic, you know, to expect a 7-point comeback in such short time. But, you know, having such a big lead at 1 point, really disappointing, unfortunately. Then, you know, they did a lot of things right in this game, no doubt. But I think one of the worst things you're going to look back at, the turnovers.
Yeah.
You just cannot turn over the ball as many times as they did.
Especially in that second half as well.
Yeah. So Coach Kelly clapping for their team. They're going to run out the clock. It'll be a 65-58 final score in overtime. The Brockton Boxers complete the comeback and come out on top after Durfee's valiant effort. Again, losing James, and then to the ejection, losing Carrero to fouls. I think that hurt the Hilltoppers. This game made me think a lot of, I want to say, I think it was 2 years ago, there was an overtime game against Brockton when we had Tyree Robinson with the boys.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a wild finish. They, the Durfee boys came back after losing the lead, very similar to tonight, and then they lost Tyree right at the start of OT because of fouls,
yes.
and things went downhill. And
Same
this
thing.
losing Shaylin, it made me think of that so much because it felt like the same story, you know. But nonetheless.
Shaylin did a lot for this game. So did Katero. It's just.
Yeah, and you know what? The Boxers now are 3-0 in the league, have basically solidified themselves as the Big Three champs. I doubt they'll lose to New Bedford, and even if they do, I don't think it's even going to matter, actually. And for Durfee, hate to say it, but their playoff hopes looking much slimmer now than they did when they had an 11-point lead earlier in this game. Yeah. So they're at 4-8 right now. They almost have to win out. They got 8 more games to play. They almost have to win out just to you know, do anything.
And
so
yeah, the Hilltoppers capitalized a lot in the first quarter as well. It's just, I don't know, there's the errors and stuff all added up slowly but surely.
Hey, they did everything that they could. They end up falling tonight in overtime, 65-58. So, Xavier, thanks for joining me tonight. Glad to have you alongside. It's been a fun game. It was action-packed. We hope you enjoyed it at home, and we'll see you soon. Next week, got a couple games on the schedule, so stay tuned to Channel 9. Evan Massoud signing off.